what happens if your laptop, with everything on it, with manuscripts on it, with all your personal information, with all the things you've been working on for years, gets stolen? Then you make a documentary about it, especially if you know who stole it. That's what happens in the next film you're gonna see, My Burglar and Me by KB Modiri.
Mijn naam is Modiri K. Ik ben 28 jaar en woon in deze verlaten fabriek in Amsterdam-Noord. De avond voor de inbraak was ik thuis en werkte ik aan mijn roman. De Nederlandse droom, hoe Ahmed naar huis gaat.
What was this initial novel that you had on the laptop about?
Oh, I can't tell you that actually, because it was a lot of stuff on there, and then of course in the film it would be less interesting to say I had a lot of stuff on my computer, so I focused on one manuscript. But there was just a lot of stuff on my computer, like different stories and all the backup. And there was 2 computers, and they took them both, like my laptop and the main computer, so the backup was gone as well. When I got it back, it was all emptied. So I lost that, but I got something back in return.
I'll just want to give you a short recap of what we did over there. Maybe some of you walked in because it was an open session, it was a free session. The Hackaday event usually looks like this. I don't have photos of today yet because I was also busy hacking. Another project was Tweet to YouTube. It's very small. It's just one of those tiny projects that I really love. What this guy did is to have a short text thing. It searches your Twitter account and then looks up what videos you have on YouTube. What's the use of this? Let's suggest you go to a party and you're very, you're having a good time, so you send out a tweet with a hashtag related to that party. Then a VJ could look up your videos and use your videos on your YouTube account to project it at the party that you're partying at. It's kind of scary, because that's pretty confronting what kind of stuff you have put on YouTube. And while you're there at the venue, everybody can see what kind of stuff you have put up on YouTube. No practical use, doesn't have anything to do with open data, but it's just, it's tiny, it's cool.
GeoCities, for those of you who are unaware of it, basically looks like this. It's the mid-1990s, it's 97, 98. And at this point, GeoCities is about 1/3 of the entire internet. So there's a lot of people making homepages here, visiting these pages. Now what happened is, around 1999, this entire website got sold to Yahoo for $3.5 billion with a B, so that's a lot of money. And basically the same thing is happening right now with Facebook and Twitter. They're gathering a lot of users, and once they have done so, they have a lot of value and they get sold. Well, in this case, after Yahoo bought the place, along with the 35 million inhabitants, about 5 years later, everybody lost interest in GeoCities because the new platforms came on, like MySpace and Facebook. So all these people, they migrated from the city, the digital city, to these new places, and they left their digital homes basically vacant. So Yahoo was in possession of a $3.5 billion ghost town. So what they did after 10 years, in 2009, they deleted the entire city. Yeah, that's... So this is called basically the biggest destruction of culture ever. You can look at it however you want, but for me this was an interesting starting point for this project. Especially because a few months before they started deleting GeoCities, they announced it. They said, well, we're going to delete GeoCities in a couple of months. There was a group of hackers that decided to make a backup of GeoCities. When they were done and the entire site was shut down, they ended up with a 650 gigabyte file, which they made into a BitTorrent download. Well, here's where I come in, because as an information designer, this is for me, this is really an interesting topic. It's completely complex. You have no idea what it looks like. It's a data file. It's out there. You cannot really imagine who would need it and what you would want to do with it. So I figured let's download it. I called my ISP just to be sure that they wouldn't cancel me, and it took me 6 months to download this because, as you imagine, there's not a lot of people seeding this kind of files. Eventually I did download it and I made it into a touchscreen installation where I kind of revisited this idea that I had of GeoCities as a city, because I really like that, and now that I finally was in possession of the entire dataset, I could do with it whatever I wanted, so I figured let's make it into a city.
I'm Eric, I'm half of design studio Hey. The other half is ordering a beer right now. Yeah, that's how we do that. And I'm here to tell you a bit about a project we actually did a year ago. It's called Melvin the Machine. There. And then something, and then and then you get the umbrellas. So everybody remembers the umbrellas, everybody remembers the balloons. This is in between. It's called a Gauss gun or a Gaussian gun.
It consists of just 4 ball bearings held together magnetically by 2 neodymium magnets, super magnets. The free one at the back is going to come forward and ever so gently hit them. Smacks it with such velocity that the impulse carries forward like a Newton's cradle, pushes the frontmost bearing at high speed across the table.
There was a whole design team, and some of those people actually knew what they were doing, and then other people really didn't. Like, like us, the studio itself, we only had like Discovery Channel knowledge, and then there's people that came up with stuff like this, like, yeah, the Gaussian gun, and we were like, yeah, sure, build it, So, and it actually worked.